Welcome to KDC on the Move. My name is Barry Frazier. I'll be your host through this project. We are a group of men that decide to come together and focus on God's kingdom principles. We would like to take the opportunity to share our experiences with you, our life lessons, the good and bad and the ugly. We would like to address those things that men face on a day-to-day basis that you pretty much cannot discuss within the confines of a church. We would like to address the issues that you're dealing with in your family. We're going to be focusing on what we call the first five of manhood. It's faith, fatherhood, family, fellowship, and finance. We're not here to sound churchy. We're here to actually address those concerns in their rawest form. So if you are a guy like me that has a hard time expressing himself emotionally, this project is for you. And you may even be one of the people that we have broadcasting from this very spot that I'm sitting in. So stay tuned. We look forward to hearing from you in the near future. But today, let's get to our topic. Our topic today, we're going to be talking about emotional sacrifice and man as leader. Okay, what does that mean? Emotional sacrifice. Sometimes there are situations that go on in your environment that really causes you to question whether or not you're going to be able to handle the stress with that. So what did God say about that? Okay, God said, be angry but sin not. So that's hard sometimes for men. You know, we live in a society that's constantly challenging us not only as men, but as producers in our family. And we're being looked upon as not being able to fit the bill. We're being looked upon as not being able to carry the load. We're being looked upon as not being that man in your home. And sometimes it happens within the home, that we have to address that as well. So what is emotional sacrifice? Emotional sacrifice is taking the opportunity to look within yourself and decide what is your reaction going to be to this life lesson, okay? What is man as leader, okay? First of all, let me start off by saying this. You are created to rule in earth. No question about that. That's not debatable. That's not for anybody to challenge. God said he created you in his image, and he said he is the King of kings and the Lord of lords. So if he's the king of a king, so what does that make you? That make you a king. If he says that he's the Lord of lords, what does that make you? It make you a lord. So, you know, it's easy to get caught up in those titles. But too much is given, much is expected. So with being a king comes a lot of responsibility. So this particular podcast, we're going to be dealing with the rawest form of being a man. It's not going to be pretty. And I have to let you know that if you're under the age of 16, make sure that you have your parents' consent to be looking at this, because we'll be addressing issues from pornography to form of drug use to being a womanizer to what it feels like to be deflated, defeated, busted, and broke, to going through the natural stages of life and understanding that growth is possible for you. Always remember that everything in earth that grows have to endure struggles. And we're here to actually be the voice to share with you about our personal experience and let you know you're not alone. There's a lot of men out there that want to express themselves and want to have an area where they can vent. They can actually express themselves without judgment. We are that group. And we're actually going to be bringing speakers to you where you can actually feel comfortable to be yourself, as well as, you know, understand what it means to be a man as a leader. In our community, it's hard sometimes to be that leader when you have so many things going against you. Okay, I can speak from personal experience. My hardest thing was I didn't like people admiring me. I don't want you looking at me. I don't want you paying attention to what I'm doing, how I'm doing it, how I'm saying it. I don't want any of that. I don't want the extra attention. But sometimes God challenges us in a way where we have to share our story. My story is very unique, and I tell this story all the time. You know, I come from a place that, you know, it was very hard growing up. I grew up in Memphis, Tennessee. And, you know, and that's living through something. And you have to understand that when God has his hand on you, it doesn't matter where you come from, but it's about where he's taking you. And he's about reconstructing your life in such a way that you will be proud of it in the end. Like I said, this is KDC on the Move. Thank you for listening in. And like I said, we will be focusing on faith, family, fellowship, fatherhood, and finance. Thank you for tuning in. And remember, kings create kings.